Second and 10 for the Pioneers. Elrod looks over a three-man line. Toss sweep officer right side. Picks his way to the 50 as he breaks some tackles and will go down in the arms of Ronald C. After a 3-yard gain up to the 50 will bring up third down and 7.
And Ron C. came flying up like a, pardon the pun, a ball of fire. We've already seen one of those tonight. Ron C. came from 13, 14 yards deep and made that tackle. When he saw it was a run, he just put his head down and came and met the ball carrier.
So third and 7 for the Pioneers. Mason to the near side. Smith and Burton will go left. High formation behind Elrod. He wants to throw, fakes the draw, looks down the middle. He's got a man in and out of the hands. Good defense by the Blue Devils as Mason got a hand on it but can't pull it in.
John, that was a lot better job of coverage in the secondary with Ron and Ricky. Good communication by those kids.
They broke on the ball well. I think on the pass play before that when the ball was overthrown, they took for granted that the ball would be underthrown and broke early, and their timing was off, but they both made good plays on that one.
Smith back to punt for the 8th time in the ball game. Tressler stands at his own 20-yard line. Here comes the rush. Smith gets it off. Tressler waits at the 20, catches it there. Nice block put on. Weaves his way to the 23, and will go down there as Tommy looked like Sellers was down the field to give a little bit of a block.
Sellers with a good block, and he waited just long enough to let the coverage man get in front of him so he would make a legal block. Terry, what about the kick?
Smith, eighth kick of the night, goes for 31 yards. Tressler returns it 3 yards to the 23. That's where Lebanon takes over, first down.
9:26 remaining in the ball game, a 19-6 lead for the Blue Devils. Stafford remains the tailback in the I formation. Clemens is a tight end on the right side, gives it to Grissom as he gets out to the 25, 26-yard line, a couple on that play. As Reeder just giving it to the back up the middle. And Tommy, it looks like the Blue Devils really just trying to get this ball game over with as quickly as possible.
Well, the lead play right at the middle of that wide tackle 6 defense is normally a pretty good play to run. They call that 40 ice. They're running it right at the 0 hole. Let the center just find an opening, and the fullback will lead on that linebacker. And Warren County's just been collapsing in the middle. They've been stunting everybody inside.
Second and a long 7 blitz, and Reeder has a man in his face. That is Smith, who hits him as he unloads, and the ball falls incomplete, and will bring up third down.
Hey, what, if I had $1 for every time Jason Reeder's been hit tonight, I could buy supper for all of us tonight. Jason has taken some shots. He saw the blitz coming. He checked to the hot route on all the receivers. Everybody ran the short ones, but Jason never had a chance really to clear the football and drop a step to get any kind of time. Warren County sent Smith on a stunt, and he was all over Jason.
Third and 7, I formation behind Reeder. Looks over the line, turns, fakes it to Sellers, rolls right, unloads, underthrows Carson, who is running through the seam of that zone, and it will bring up fourth down, Tommy.
Well, that's the first time that Jason has had a little time, and of course it was the play fake that got him some time as he's able to get out on the corner, incomplete on the pass, and it has turned into a battle of punters. Smith has kicked it 8 times, and Terry, I bet Tressler's right up there.
This will be Lebanon's 4th kick of the night. Tressler's kicked a couple of times. Bo Grissom's kicked one also.
Tressler ready to kick it away. Newman will stand at his 39. High snap. Tressler gets it off. Nice high spiraling punt. Will drive the receiver back to the 25. He fumbles it, picks it up, and they will say that he was down, Tommy, at the 22-yard line.
Terry, he just killed that one.
52 yards on the punt. The return person actually picked it up with his knee on the ground, so no yardage on the return. 52-yard punt by Tressler.
What a time to get off a great kick, Sam, as the field position has turned completely around now.
First and 10 for the Pioneers, their own 22-yard line, as Elrod will bring his team out, trailing by 13, and the clock now becomes their worst enemy.
Defensively along the front, Scotty Gann, Andy Bowles, Ryan Alds, Carson now at defensive end for Gannon. Reynolds plays the other side. we've got Morse and Sellers as your 2 linebackers.
They will give it to Officer, who bounces it off the left side, has a hole, and is tripped up as Lehue hits him. He'll fall forward to the 24 for only a 2-yard gain.
Sellers there to finish him off, and checking into the football game for the Blue Devils comes Wilson. That's Mark Wilson, 5'10", 251 sophomore. Out of the game comes Gann.
They will give him 3 on that last play. 2nd down and 7, as the clock now inside 7.5 minutes remaining in this ball game. 2 wide receivers for Elrod to the right side. He'll toss sweep it left side. Officer had a block for a moment, fumbles the ball. It's on the ground, and they will give it to the Blue Devils. 1st down and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Good pursuit angle by Ryan Alds. The play got outside of him. He trailed and was waiting for the cutback. Our corner came up and smacked the running back and knocked it loose, and Alds was in a perfect position to get on the football to recover for Lebanon. And folks, that's what the kicking game has done for us now. The 52-yard punt turned the field position around. It got Warren County backed up, and now the turnover has put our offense in business.
1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. Stafford is your tailback in the eye. Clemens split to the left side. Reeder turns, quick throw. He's got Carson, who does catch it. He bobbles it for a moment, Tommy, but hauls it in down at the 16-yard line.
What a juggling act by Carson. Good hands. As the pass got there, it surprised him a little bit. And, of course, that cornerback's bearing down on him. Carson makes the catch. Terry, he's had several catches tonight.
Tommy adding him up quickly. That's his 5th catch of the night. 5 catches for Carson, one of them for a touchdown.
2nd down and a long 4 for the Blue Devils. Clock ticks its way to 6:15 in the ball game. High formation behind Reeder. Looks over a 6-man line. Here comes the blitz. Reeder plants. Lost one for Clemens. It is intercepted by Chris Burton just in front of John Clemens, and that's the 2nd interception of the evening for Jason Reeder.
Well, that's the first time that's happened to Jason this year. He only had 2 interceptions coming into this game tonight. He throws 2 here in this football game, and once again, trying to go with the quick stuff, throwing off his back foot and lofting it, did not get it high enough or long enough, and Warren County's defensive back slipped in there, made the interception on the high hanger.
But not the greatest field position, Tommy. They have it at their own 4. 2 wide receivers to the far left side for Elrod. Long snap. He'll give it to the fullback, diving straight up the middle. 4 yards on the carry. Give him 3, maybe out to the 7, or it will be 2nd down and 7 for the Pioneers. And Tommy, really this performance, not the best that we've seen this season out of the Blue Devils, but almost something you would expect for this particular game. The heartbreaking loss to Gallatin last week, and looking forward to Riverdale next week.
Well, when you consider this game sandwiched between 2 of the great teams in the state, it's hard not to wonder why this happens.
Elrod runs the option, keeps it himself. Will get up to the 9-yard line, where it will bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Pioneers. The clock inside 5 minutes as the Blue Devils lead 19-6 against the Warren County Pioneers. Third and 6 for the Pioneers. Elrod will bring his team out. 2 wide receivers to the left side. Mason, the lone receiver, to the short side of the field. Elrod, straight drop, looks, pumps. Now checks off and goes deep for Mason. He's open. He's got it at the 40-yard line and up to the 41 for the 1st down.
Kenneth Nelson had slipped in at noseband for Lebanon, was trying to get pressure on the quarterback. 2 pump fakes by Elrod, and then he delivers the football long, and a good play from scrimmage for the Pioneers, Terry.
From the 9 all the way up to the 41. That's a 32-yard pass reception and a 1st down for Warren County. Their first down of the 2nd half.
4 minutes remain in the ball game. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers, their own 41-yard line. As Elrod trying to move his team down the field, they trail by 13. Jones into the game as a receiver. Toss sweep officer left side. Up comes the defense. He'll make a cut and will go down in the arms of Trey Reynolds at the 44-yard line after a gain of 3.
Good job by Reynolds as the sweep's headed his way, and he just fights through the interference, hems in officer, and doesn't let that play get going for very much.
3:20 remaining in the ball game. 2nd down and 7 for the Pioneers. High formation behind Elrod. 4-man line for the Blue Devils. He will give it to officer off the left side. Makes a move. Gets to the 48-yard line. He will be about 3 yards short of the first down as the clock ticks down to 3 minutes remaining in the ball game. And Tommy, Warren County starting to run out of time.
Well, they've got to get 2 scores. They've got to get 13 points to tie this thing back up, and getting it on the ground just burns way too much time.
3rd and 3 for the Pioneers. 2:40 remaining in the ball game. Elrod bringing his team to the line. 5-man Lebanon line. Long count by Elrod. Turns, fakes it to the fullback. Officer off the right side. He will be a couple of yards short, of the first down, as he doesn't make it to the 50. And a good play by Mark Wilson on that play.
Warren County's going to take a timeout and talk over the play. 2:18 to go in the game. Lebanon leads 19-6, and we'll be back after this. Back at Noakes Lassiter Field for the final 2 minutes and 18 seconds of this football game. Lebanon and Warren County in a Region 4 5A contest. Next week, Oakland is the opponent for Warren.